Going by the formation of a coalition movement under the platform of African Democratic Party (ADC) by some members of the opposition parties in the country, it looks hopeful for some people that they have chance of wresting power from All Progressive Congress. But with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the national leader of the APC, and not just national leader, the president of the country who will, by the grace of God, be on ballot for his second time election in 2027, it is still a matter of doubt and matter of concerns for so many Nigerians that how possible will the likelihood of the politicians who gather themselves in the ADC is going to play their politics to wrestle power from President Tinubu. In this episode, we are going to look at the challenges before the ADC and APC ahead of the 2027 general election. And starting with the challenges at the front of ADC, first, it's good to congratulate the politicians, the opposition members who came together to form coalition against sitting president, and at least to have taken the first step. It's good to congratulate them. But among the challenges that are going to deal with is a faction. There's already a faction in ADC, and if that is underrated, it will definitely be a technical issue that will surely jeopardize whatever chance the members of ADC are able to attract to their side ahead of the 2027 general election. The fact is that ADC is not a new party. It has been in existence, and the party was being funded by some politicians. Funds that were being used to run ADC in the past cannot be traced to a particular political party. It must be coming from either APC and PDP. So these mega parties that were already in existence have their interest in ADC, and their interest continues despite the fact that some politicians gather themselves and put themselves under ADC now. So such an affiliation the ADC had with other parties in the past will surely affect the chance of ADC in the 2027 general election. And you can see, to attest to this, a former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, was one of the politicians who came together under ADC, said they are trying to register a new party as backup to whatever that is going to whatever the level of calamity that is going to befall them in ADC. You can see that they are not safe under ADC as a platform. So how they are going to navigate their affair, managing the crisis in the ADC and whatever the new party they are going to, or they have an array of parties as alternatives, okay? But that is a challenge that nobody is bold enough within the camp of this coalition to say it doesn't matter. So, and there's this very important thing: are they forming a coalition or they are defecting? People are not talking about this, and even the politicians who are coming together are not even addressing this. This is defection. There's a difference between coalition and there's defections. And you see, the primary objective of forming a coalition, a political coalition, is quietly different and can never be substituted to the primary objective of defecting from one political party to another. When you form a coalition, you have national interest mostly at heart. But when it is defection, it is usually personal interest. Now, we have different camps now coming together. They are faking it coalition, whereas it is defection. That means these different camps coming together are coming together with independent personal ambitions, not national interest. Their personal interest. Now, the ADC is going to deal with a lot of conflict of personal interest in times to come. There's no how that will not affect the so-called coalition. It's not coalition. This is not coalition. Because when you form coalition, you have to destroy, you have to deregister some existing party. And the matter of insecurity and economy that ADC want to capitalize on as the campaign base against the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu or the APC-led federal government is something that will attract so many questions. Because in the past, we have Ron Farebishola, former governor of Osun, who was former minister of interior under former president Muhammadu Buhari, where we had the highest number of jailbreak across the. In fact, we had this Boko Haram breaking jail to rescue their, arrested fellows during his time as, Minister of Interior. Is it the person that has come to, that's going to come forward and tell Nigerians that, because, in fact, people will be asking him, can you compare the number of jailbreak now under this administration to what the one Nigeria experienced under your administration as the Minister of Interior? What eventually will now, influence him to now say the insecurity in the country now is far worse than when he was Minister of Interior? Or the former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, was alleged to have, claimed he has been paying banditry in the state for some things, or he was even alleged of, he was accused of saying he was happy for the way the Christians in the southern Kaduna were being killed when he was governor of the state. People have so many allegations against him of having a very close relationship with Boko Haram in the country. Is it the one that is coming to, to tell Nigeria that insecurity is now bad under this administration, or the present administration should be voted out because of insecurity? The same insecurity that he was celebrating when he was in power. Is it to Amochi, the former Minister of Transportation, who borrowed almost all, in fact, they used the futures of the country to borrow money for railway project, and which was almost never delivered? Or the one who is it the same Amechi who traded the future of his own state, Rivers State, for his personal ambition of wanting to become president of the country, moving the University of Maritime Transportation or so from Rivers State to Katsina State, just to look for the goodwill of the president? So you see, there are so many questions. Oh, is it Atiku Abubakar? Have you forgotten the issue of the power holding stuff? So many, how the Atiku Abubakar did during the his tenure as former president Olusegun Obasanjo. So these are the things that they want to centralize their campaign on insecurity and economy, but they themselves ask a lot of burdens of questions to respond to. The Senator David Mayo, who has now been appointed as the national chairman of the party, interim, was said to have said Benue State Road is not good. From who? Person who was Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for how many years? For 8 years. There are so many questions against this, leadership stuff. Okay, let Peter now come out and say, "Oh, the student loan is bad," because this is one of the things that the leadership of ADC have compiled to use against the administration of APC-led administration in Nigeria. They say the student loan is banned, is this and that. The same Peter Obi, who spent 8 years as governor of Anambra State without laying a single block of classroom. Is it the one to come out and condemn what Nigerians have been dreaming? Most of these Nigerian students have been dreaming for student loan over decades. Now a president now give them, they want to be condemning it. You see, they have a lot of things. Or is it Malami? Abubakar Malami, the former chief judge of the country, with a lot of legitimate issues around his neck. So, ADC will have a lot of questions to answer, and they have challenges on almost every political manifesto they may want to display or they want to portray in order to run down the affair of APC in the country. And that does not mean APC itself does not have its downside. No, it has. And like looking at the Federal Executive Cabinet of the President and the grassroots politics, if you take out the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, from the Federal Executive Cabinet of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you see that almost 99% of others, remove President Tinubu himself, remove um, Nyesom Wike, others, they don't truly understand grassroots politics, because most of them, when you go back home, they are almost nothing at home. They are almost nothing at home. They are either the kind of political leaders who only want to enrich their cycle. They have preference at home, and politicians don't have preference. When you want to deliver your party or you want to deliver a particular candidate, you work with almost everybody. But when you set up barriers, we see so many states, they are either managing the party affair because they believe politics is turn by turn, or they don't have option. So this is quietly going to affect the party and the chance of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the forthcoming election, because if the Federal Executive Cabinet members cannot control or deliver their respective states, mostly where those states where APCs are not the ruling parties there, it will be very tedious for administration of President Tinubu to reach out to these people and get their vote through the members of the executive cabinet member. And apart from that, you have a kind of disgruntled party membership. What I mean is the distribution of dividend of supporting the party is not even. You see, the members of the party are not requesting for monthly salary from the president. They are not requesting for stipends in form of money. They are only, expecting sense of belonging. And how do I mean? Look at the most of the federal job appointments that have been in the past. Most of these federal cabinet members, or most of the people with federal appointment, they resolve everything within Abuja. They only carry along those people in their cycle. They don't expand this thing to general party members. So to the extent that you see, most of these federal job appointments are not even given to the genuine members of the party. This is going to have impact. Look at it recently now. The Federal Fire Service stuff was doing recruitment. People wanted to register. Federal Fire denied the recruitment. Like few days later, they accepted. They say, "Oh, it is true. We are doing recruitment." Like 24 hours after they agreed that they were doing recruitment, they've already released the names of those people. They are accepting their applications. So that means they've blocked large number of people from accessing their the application process. So including members of this party, though. So that is going to have a kind of effect against the president. And there's this thing which is the most vital part of it is the non-serial information dissemination within the party. You see conflict between, in fact, you see, the Minister of Information is just like, it is not even existing. You don't know if there is this National Orientation Agency anymore. Manifesto right. They don't even, some of them they are just in office collecting their salary and some other entitlements. Without, I can remember when Frank Nweke Jr. was Minister for Information. and some other commissioners across some states. You see sense of belonging, you see how information is realized, you see how they defend policies of the government and they enlighten the public. Remove Bayo Onanuga from the information system of, the President Tinubu-led administration. That information system is nothing today. If you remove Bayo Onanuga, so is it Bayo Onanuga that is going to do the work of Minister for Information, or is he the one that is going to be doing the works of all those others, other political appointees who are in charge of information dissemination? You see now, as good as the student loan program of President Tinubu is, it has been established as one of the political manifesto that is going to be used against his administration by this ADC, because the ADC now has said student loan is like planning a burden ahead of the future of the Nigerian students. Whereas when you go abroad, where student loans are also granted to the student, is it a grant? Is it free money? Is it not refundable? Now, what are they trying to insinuate? But who is the person that is going to enlighten the public that, oh, this thing is good, this thing is not as it is being portrayed? That non-serial information dissemination is one of the problems. It's one of the problems of APC ahead of this next election. And the most vital one is VP slot. If President Tinubu is going to decide who is going to, be his vice presidential candidate ahead of 2027 election, I know it's going to be late. And how is he going to manage the crisis that may erupt within that short period if he decides to drop his current VP, Alhaji Kashim Shettima?